Hi guys, this is Banches and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever. So sit back and relax and enjoy this episode. And you guys know the rest. If you guys enjoyed this episode, smash that like button down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So if you guys are new to my channel, this is the first time you guys are here checking this out, welcome. And I appreciate you guys coming to check out the video. If you guys have been here before and you've seen some of my videos before, welcome back. I love having you guys back. Just some quick updates for you guys. I have gone ahead and looked into the shaking that was going on in the previous recordings, and I think I've fixed the issue. So we shouldn't have any more of those issues going on going forward, which is a good thing. I guess now we'll just get to the recap on the previous episode. Our previous episode, we've done a lot. We went ahead and we upgraded and put in some passenger lines, which are running very well right now. They are, running between these three major cities, and as you can see, the demand is up very high. If you go into here, you can see what our passenger trains are making right now. We're making about $2 million a year on this line, with about a 6-minute wait in between. And they are moving pretty damn good. If you go look here, we basically have one full train. This train is currently not 100% full, but it is running very, very well. So in today's episode, we are going to get away from these cities like I mentioned, and we are going to go all the way over to here. And the reason why we're coming over this side, we're going to start connecting up these cities, kind of the similar way that we started with the others. And doing that, we'll be able to get some lines set up in here, and then eventually we'll be able to connect through other cities to this line that we have set up. And doing that, once we get there, we're going to really get things moving with getting some freight trains running. So yeah, this episode today is going to be mostly around setting this area up. So let's jump right into it. The first thing we're going to do is these two cities are pretty close together, and they have this road going back and forth. So what I'm going to do, like I've done in the previous city, we're going to go ahead and we are going to put in a station here. This is just kind of your normal drop-off point for not rail cars, for wagons and stuff. And doing this, like I mentioned in our earlier videos, this helps bring in demand and helps kind of jumpstart that demand without building a railroad right away, which is super expensive. You don't want to do that right away. It kind of is going to just kill all your profits off the start, and it's just not going to be as healthy of a situation. So going this route will definitely help grow that demand more organically, and will get you to a point where you actually build your railroads. They'll already be profitable, basically right from the start. So that's what we're going to go for again here. I love doing this technique, and I think it's definitely the best method to start a city. So just because of that, we're going to do it again. We have right now this last building going in, and now we're going to just buy some new wagons. Here we got these stagecoaches, and we're going to build one here. We're going to do a new line, and just putting in the new line here just to get to some demand actually flowing first. So that wagon is already out and operating. And we are going to do the same thing here. Buy one, and we are going to start a new line. What's that? There you go. There's only 3 here. That's fine, though. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do, we need to get wagons going between these two cities. So if we do the same thing, buy another wagon, and let's connect this line up, just like how we were doing in the other location. And there you go. So now we have some actual potential to grow some demand in this area, and that's definitely what we want to see happening. So hopefully within the next couple minutes, we'll start seeing some people come to these stations and want to be picked up, and we'll get some growth going forward here. So I will come back to you guys once we have some more growth in this town, so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay guys, and you can see now we're starting to get some demand here. You have a few passengers getting up in here. There's definitely some demand being built up between these two cities, which is really going to help grow, hopefully, both these cities going forward. Like we did with the other city, we're going to need to get food into these locations, which will greatly help boost the economies of these cities. I personally think probably the best way to go about it in this case will be through water transportation. We have food over here, and on this side of the lake, we have, um, you know, basically a place that makes food production facility. So, in order to go about that, basically my thought is we are going to take this line here, we're going to extend it out here to Jackson City, also so that we have traffic flowing between three of these major cities. And doing that, then I feel like bringing the food across will be able to, actually make sure that this production will be worth bringing across, because then we could actually take a train and bring that train through here and through the rest of these cities. So let's currently set up some locations here where we can actually get some passengers in as well. So similar to how we just had in our other city. Let's go here. We are going to need a line like this. We'll put that like this. And we are also going to need a depot. Spin that around. And let's get the last remaining parts here. So let's set up where this is going to go through this town. We're going to have that there. Then we're going to have it come, let's say up to here around, right? We're going to have it come up to here. And then we're going to have it cut across to, let's say, here. And then we'll have it come back down to here. Perfect. And then it'll come back out there. Okay, so that's good. And then the last thing I just want to do is connect up this here. This will just kind of make that road a little bit better. Okay. And if we go down to here now, we can get this. And we will buy some vehicles. So once again, we're just going to go with one stagecoach to start. New line. And we are just going to set this line up just like that. Perfect. Now we'll get some traffic flowing back and forth. And to just finalize this line, we are going to go once again a new line. We're going to go from this terminal all the way down. This is going to be a long commute. So this is definitely going to be an important one to get a train running soon. But this is just to get demand flowing. So that is good. Like I said, now we have this kind of demand to start growing this area. We are just going to put, I think, let's put 2 more on the inner line here for the city. This is a pretty big area. And that should be good to cover this. So now, this hopefully will start bringing in some more traffic. Let's also add 2 stations here, which will go out to Jackson City. And that will be good. Now we got these lines kind of set up, and we'll start hopefully seeing some demand come into this location. So like I mentioned, we are going to get this shipping route all set up here and get the food production running for this new location and these new cities that we are going to be growing. And the good part about this, which I really like, is we can take the food from this side, bring it across here, drop it off, but then we can also ship food back across to where West Point is. And the good part about that is you'll get double the amount of revenue because the ship will be actually traveling both ways carrying cargo. So this is a huge important factor when you go to set up a shipping hub. I definitely would recommend looking into this. We are going to make this as part of the main city. We're going to say this is the main port coming into this city, and we're going to connect this up just like that. Perfect. That should be good, right? Yep, good. That is set. And we're going to go across here. And we're going to do this to... We're going to actually bring the boats right into here. So it's going to be a little different than what maybe you were thinking. But doing that, it will hopefully cut down the travel distance needed for the boats to bring basically the goods. And hopefully if we do this correctly here, we won't have to put any vehicles in charge to move the goods up to this facility. So let's just make sure. Is this what I'm thinking? Okay, good. So this facility will attach to here, meaning the boats will come across, and we don't need any trucks to truck any of the goods from this facility down to the ports. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. Exactly what I want. Okay. So now we got to go back over to here. This distance is going to be too far. It won't hook up to there. That is perfectly fine. I kind of expected that. But just to make this distance a good distance to travel, we're going to put a large facility right here. Let's bring this out as far as we can, really. And we're going to bring this out to here. It just means the trucks will have to, they don't have to travel as far down to the port. And then here we're going to take a smaller one because the food will come back across, which will be a good thing for us. And we're going to put this right here. So most likely our industry will start being built up around this area and around the shipping port for this city. And we also need this. So this will be the last bit for this line to start operating. So let's go. We're going to put, we need also the ships too. So we're just going to do this slowly here. Let's get this here, new line. We're going to go from here down to here. And then we're going to add with the boats. Now we need a facility. Let's get this house in here. Okay, so we have the dry dock in right here. And this is the area where we'll get the boats to come out of. So let's go into here. We need to find a ship that is going to be able to take grain and cattle. So this is oil, passengers, passengers, passengers. So it looks like the only ship that we currently have is the original ship from the beginning of the game, which that's fine. We will start with this. We don't have oil yet, so we're just going to start with this one, buy this, and this will just start bringing some demand across. So let's go a new line. Let's go from here all the way across the water to here. So that will be our shipping route, and I like how that's looking right now. So this means we'll have that hooked up well. Okay, good. And the last part I want to set up is now basically just a way for trucks to bring some of this food to this city and this city just to get the lines kind of the demand going. So let's get that set up. Okay guys, so I went ahead and placed one of the facilities here. Or not facilities, I say a depot here. I've also placed one depot here in this city, and I also placed a depot here in this city, which will help boost some demand for food in that region, just because there's two large cities here that will be demanding the food, plus West Point also will be demanding food. So as you can tell right now, we do have some food production coming out of this area. This should start growing, as time progresses. So we'll see exactly how this happens. You can see our ship right now obviously has nothing on it because we don't have any food productions really situated and set up fully yet. But we will get to that very shortly. So I'm just going to go ahead and get some of the demand rolling here, fast forward this, and I will be back to you guys once we get some more demand solidly set up. Okay guys, so while we're waiting for this demand to build up with the food over here, we definitely have some passenger demand being built up here, as you can tell. Okay, we got 49 people waiting here, and we got, what? We got a decent amount of people waiting, 30 people here, 15 people waiting to go here. So it's definitely starting to build up a little bit. For right now, we're just going to combat this with putting more wagons on, just because we're not ready yet to put the actual locomotives back and forth between these two cities. Once it gets a little bit higher demand, I think we can get there, but we just want to keep driving up demand more. And as you get wait time down more between these cities, and you start getting the food coming across to these cities, we should see a jump in basically the demand for these lines, and that's when we'll have to get the trains situated for here. So currently, we're just gonna hopefully hope for the best and get this kind of all situated and get this running properly. Okay, guys, so we have really gotten the demand up. These ports are definitely starting to get filled with some food. Currently, production is still a little low, but I'm hoping that this will start picking up once the ships really start flowing back and forth here. We have 3 ships right now going across this channel. Both of these, all these ships went with a full load, so that's definitely one good thing. And currently they dropped them off at this port, and they were in the food processing plant. And now, as you can see, they were spit out, and we do have food right now currently on these lines waiting to get picked up by the trucks and stuff that will be coming back from these cities. This will get definitely more demand, and we'll definitely get more of this coming, hopefully, in the near future. We'll just have to see exactly how this all works out, and I'm hoping that eventually some food will start going back to this line, and then will start being shipped back across to this port, which then would get redistributed to here, and then distributed into our city. So we'll have to see how that all works out, but definitely so far it is going as I expected, and also this demand for the passenger lines, like I mentioned, is really going pretty crazy right now. We're gonna have to figure out whether if we want to put the trains in now or wait for the next episode to do it. Yeah, we definitely got a good amount flowing back and forth here, which is definitely helping drive up our profits. And speaking of profits, you can see here how we've been doing over the last 3 years. We had 2.5 million, then we went up to 3, and then last year we were up to 4.5. And we'll see what we end up this year. It might be a little under because we've been spending a decent amount, getting everything situated over here. But just to lower one of our costs here, I decided that we should probably repay the remainder of our loan. And we have our loan completely paid off before 1900, which is definitely a good feeling. Definitely just shows that we have a very healthy transport network that we have set up currently. Definitely going very well. But, yeah. You guys will have to let me know what you think about the little expansion that we decided to go with today on this episode. Nothing too crazy. We just got the ships put in, and we got some transportation for wagons and stuff set up. Next episode for sure, we're going to be getting the trains set up through here for passengers, and probably we'll also be getting freight trains set up between these cities here, because they're definitely more spread out here, and we definitely want to get the cargo flowing back and forth. Plus, I also see a good little oil line we can get here, and then this line here, we can feed this oil into this city here, which then can go onto the new lines that we'll put in the next episode along here. So, yeah, you guys will have to let me know what you guys thought about this video. If you guys like this video, like always, hit that like button down below, and subscribe to my channel. I would really, really appreciate it, and I'd love to hear your guys' comments on the build and how it's going so far. If you guys like the way I'm narrating the video, and if you like that, how I'm kind of going through it step by step. If you guys like that, just let me know. If not, want to change it up a little bit, I'm down to hear what you guys have to say. Just let me know in the comments below. But, yeah, until next time, guys, my name is Banches, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, guys.